You're about to bet your entire stack on the best model of the month. Here's the part nobody tells you. In 6 weeks, it won't be. Welcome to AI TechBook. This month, 3 frontier models shipped inside 6 weeks, all capable, none the obvious answer. So which one do you build on? That's the wrong question. Here's the one that actually lasts. A team ships a summarization pipeline, 8,000 calls a day. To be safe, they route everyone through the top model on the leaderboard. It works. 3 months later, 2 things have happened. The finance team reads the invoice, and the leaderboard has completely reshuffled. The model they standardized on is now third. This is the trap, and almost everyone walks into it. Every model decision feels permanent, but the ground moves every few weeks. So the real question is not which model wins today. It's quieter, and it matters more. If the winner changes every 6 weeks, what is the decision that doesn't? Look at who is actually on the field, because each one genuinely leads a different axis. Opus 4.8 is the coder. On hard, multi-file engineering, it leads every rival, and it owns a trick the others don't: dynamic workflows, hundreds of subagents running in parallel. GPT-5.5 is the terminal agent, best at long, multi-step tool runs, the only one of the 3 that's natively omnimodal, holding a full million tokens of context at once. Gemini 3.5 Flash is the speed champion, number 1 on the MCP tool use benchmark, roughly 4 times faster than the others, and strongest at reading images and documents. 3 leaders. 3 different strengths. And notice what that means. There is no single best. There is only best at something. Hold that thought. It is the whole game. Put them head to head on what you actually hire a model for. Coding, Opus outscores Gemini Flash by a wide margin on hard, multi-file work per third-party benchmarks. For gnarly refactors, nothing else is close. Terminal and tool use, GPT-5.5 owns long, multi-step agent runs, and it's the only one that takes images, audio, and video natively, with no glue code. Speed and orchestration, Gemini Flash is 4 times faster and ranks first at wiring tools together over MCPC, the pattern. Each model is untouchable in its own column and overkill the moment you step outside it. That is not a tie. That is a map. Capability tells you which models can do a job. Cost tells you which one to use when more than one can. Here are the numbers. Opus output runs $25 per million tokens. Flash runs 9. For volume work, Flash already handles correctly. Reaching for the top coding model isn't a small premium. It's a 25 to 9 tax, paid on every single call forever. Now put capability and cost together, and the rule writes itself. Send each task to the model that leads it at the lowest price that clears the bar. Not a vibe, not a favorite, a rule. And a rule is a thing you can build. So let's build it. Watch, it's one function and it's small. 1 input, the task. 3 branches: complex, reliability critical work, production code, unattended agents, routes to Opus 4.8. Terminal heavy, multi-step agent work, where that million token context earns its keep, routes to GPT 5.5. And volume work, classification, summarization, drafting, routes to Gemini 3.5 Flash. 1 line of logic underneath, send each task to the cheapest model that clears its bar. Now here's why this is the whole point. When the next model ships in 6 weeks, and it will, you don't migrate your stack. You add 1 branch. The models are temporary. This layer is permanent. That is not 3 tools fighting for your stack. That is the moat. Now the myth, the one that feels like simplicity and behaves like a leak. Standardize the whole stack on the number 1 model and call it done. It feels clean. Watch what it actually does. It overpays on every volume call. It adds latency on the features where speed is the product. And it optimizes for none of the tasks you actually run because no single model is shaped like your whole workload. And here's the part that stings: the model you standardized on isn't even number 1 anymore. It changed while you were shipping. So say it plainly. The leaderboard number is not your bill, and it is not your architecture. Your task mix is the first. The router is the second. So, there is no best model. There is the right model per task and a routing layer that makes every future model a 1-line change. Build the router. Stop shopping. Subscribe to AI Tech Book for a fresh take every day. Next up, what actually changed inside Opus 4.8? See you there.